The air crackled with an eerie silence as the protagonist collapsed to their knees. The aftermath of the first confrontation still reverberating through the dreamscape. Shards of shattered memories drifted like luminous fireflies in the oppressive darkness, their fragile light barely piercing the void that trembled with ominous anticipation. Every muscle in their body ached, a bone-deep weariness threatening to consume them entirely. For a heart-stopping moment, it seemed as though the shadows had emerged victorious, leaving nothing but a broken shell in their wake. But then, something extraordinary began to unfold. From the floating fragments of memory, a warm, pulsating light started to coalesce. It danced and swirled, taking on familiar shapes. The faces of loved ones long forgotten, echoes of laughter that had once filled their heart with joy, and moments of triumph etched into the very fabric of their being. Each memory burned brighter than the encroaching darkness, forming a constellation of hope around the fallen dreamer. With trembling fingers, they reached out to touch a glowing shard. The instant their skin made contact, a surge of raw energy coursed through their veins like liquid fire. Their eyes flew open, pupils dilating, as they witnessed the impossible unfold before them. The threads of light that had once flickered weakly now blazed with the intensity of a supernova, weaving themselves around their body in intricate patterns. The protagonist gasped as luminous wings erupted from their back, each feather a tapestry of intertwined memories. Radiant armor materialized, forged from the very essence of dreams and adorned with symbols of power that pulsed with otherworldly energy. The transformation was as beautiful as it was terrifying, a metamorphosis that defied the laws of both reality and imagination. As if responding to this awakening, the entire dream world shuddered and began to shift. The fractured ground beneath their feet knitted itself back together, jagged chasms sealing shut with a sound like thunder. The oppressive sky above cleared, revealing a vast cosmos of swirling nebulae and distant galaxies, each one a doorway to infinite possibilities. The shadows that had once seemed so insurmountable now recoiled, hissing and writhing as if burned by the mere presence of this newly awakened power. Slowly, deliberately, the protagonist rose to their feet. Their eyes, once filled with fear and uncertainty, now blazed with an inner fire that spoke of newfound clarity and purpose. They were no longer a mere traveler stumbling through the labyrinth of dreams. They had become something more, something greater. A dreamweaver, one who could bend not only the fabric of sleep, but also glimpse the hidden truths that lay beneath the surface of all things. Just as this realization settled into their bones, a chill ran down their spine. Far in the distance, at the very edge of perception, the shadow reappeared. It loomed like a sentient void, countless eyes blinking in and out of existence as it regarded the transformed dreamer. But instead of launching another attack, it simply lingered, its presence a palpable weight in the air. Then carried on a whisper of wind that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Words echoed across the dreamscape. Now you've seen a glimpse of who you are. But power always comes with a price. The shadow's voice was neither male nor female, young nor old. It was a cacophony of whispers and screams, of laughter and sobs, all blended into a single, chilling utterance. Before the protagonist could even think to respond, the darkness vanished, leaving behind only the lingering echo of its warning. For a moment, uncertainty threatened to creep back in. The weight of this newfound power settled heavily on their shoulders, and questions raced through their mind. What was the true nature of this gift? And more importantly, what price would they be forced to pay for wielding it? But as quickly as the doubt had come, it was washed away by a surge of determination. The protagonist stood tall, their luminous wings spreading wide and casting rainbow-hued light across the transformed dreamscape. They had come too far, faced too many challenges to falter now. Whatever lay ahead, whatever trials awaited them in the depths of this strange and wondrous realm, they would face it head-on. As if in response to their resolve, the dream world shifted once more. All around them, doorways began to materialize. Countless portals of every shape and size, each one glowing with its own unique energy. Some pulsed with warm, inviting light, while others crackled with barely contained power, or swirled with mesmerizing patterns that threatened to draw the unwary into their depths. The protagonist's gaze swept across this sea of possibilities, their mind racing with the implications. Each door represented a new realm to explore, a new mystery to unravel, and potentially new allies or enemies to encounter. The journey that lay ahead would be unlike anything they had experienced before, filled with wonders and terrors beyond imagination. With a deep breath, they took their first step forward. The ground beneath their feet seemed to ripple, responding to their very presence in a way it never had before. Each movement left a trail of sparks in their wake, tiny motes of dream stuff that danced and swirled before fading back into the ether. As they approached the nearest doorway, a haunting melody began to fill the air. It started as a whisper, barely audible above the ambient hum of the dreamscape, but quickly swelled into a sweeping orchestral piece. The music seemed to emanate from everywhere at once, as if the very fabric of reality had become an instrument played by unseen hands. The protagonist paused at the threshold, their hand hovering just inches from the shimmering surface of the portal. In that moment, a montage of images flashed through their mind, glimpses of the challenges that lay ahead, of battles yet to be fought and mysteries yet to be solved. But alongside these visions of struggle came flashes of triumph, of friendships forged in the crucible of adversity, and of truths long hidden finally brought to light. With a determined set to their jaw, they stepped forward. As their body passed through the glowing doorway, the music reached a crescendo, filling the air with a symphony of hope and foreboding. The last thing visible before the portal closed behind them was the trail of sparks left by their luminous wings, a path of light cutting through the darkness of the unknown. And so, the newly awakened Dreamweaver ventured forth into the vast tapestry of dreams, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The true struggle had only just begun, but armed with their newfound power and the strength born of countless shattered and reforged memories, they were prepared to weave their own destiny across the infinite realms of imagination. As the portals sealed shut, the dreamscape fell silent once more. But this silence was different from before. No longer oppressive and threatening, but filled with the electric anticipation of adventures yet to come. The story of the Dreamweaver had only just begun, and countless worlds awaited their touch, ready to be reshaped by the power of dreams made manifest.